Hello, and thank you for joining me. In this training, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can turn your story into a seven-figure business. I'm going to be sharing with you a five-part framework that I've created entitled Solve, Solve, Solve. And what I'm going to show you is when you do this one thing, how you can start a business with little or no money, how you can start this business even while you're still working full time on your job. I'm going to be showing you how, if you do these five things, you can literally lay the foundation for a seven-figure business doing just what you normally do, and that is tell your story, live your story. But I'm going to be doing it with the framework. Just a little bit about me. I'm Dr. Fred Jones. My doctor is a Juris Doctor. That's a law degree. I took a 99-cent ebook, turned it into a six-figure course. And from that course, I went on to turn that into a $1 million business. And I walked away from the practice of law, being a professor, to become a full-time paid writer, speaker, coach. Let's jump right on into the training. And what I'm going to do is share my screen right here. I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to get into what I'm calling the solve system. The solve system. Now, you know what? I went live right here on YouTube, and I was thinking that I was going to go live in where is it? I'm going to go live in Zoom and share my screen. Now, I don't know quite how to do that. Look at this. Wait a minute. Share screen. There's a share screen device here. Whoa, wait a minute. There you see. Oh, I love this. Everything is figure outable, right? Everything is figure outable. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Begin to tell your story in a way that it solves a big problem. Okay, now you got it? That's the first thing I want you to understand. You got to solve a problem. People pay to get their problem solved. People want solutions, right? And if you can solve a problem for people, then they'll have no problem paying you. And that's what I did. You know, I found out years ago that about 90% of adults believe they got a book in them, right? But guess what? Only about 3% ever finish writing and publishing a book, right? We got a problem, don't we? If 90% of people believe they got a book, only 3% ever finish, that's a big old percentage of people that's got a problem not finishing their books. So I came up with a program called Bestseller Overnight, how to get your books published fast, okay? I solved the problem. You got to be able to solve somebody's problem. But here's the deal. If you want to start a successful business, serve people. Come on now, serve people. You can't get out here and just say, I just want to make money. I just want to make money. You can do that. It ain't nothing wrong with just making money. But if you're going to solve, if you're going to really stay in the game long term, you want to serve people. You want to help people, okay? And generally, when you're just getting started, you're going to want to do that for free. Serve people, solve, and then sow. Sow into people. This training right now, brought to you by the law office of Fred Jones and Associate, is being brought to you free. This training is not costing you anything, but it's very valuable coaching. It's costing you your time. We're sewing this into you because I want to help you. I know that a lot of people got a problem with finances. A lot of people pray for finances. They believe God. They say my ship is coming in, and my boat is coming in, and all this kind of stuff, right? But if you would just serve, solve, and sow, you will be able to give more. Okay, now let's jump right on into the S right here. Okay, stay with me now. I'm talking about how you can turn your story, tell your story, and turn it into a seven-figure business, and how you can match your salary before you retire. When you tell your story, you need to tell your story as a system. Here we go. You need a system, okay? A system. What is that? Every struggle is a sign of a missing system. One more time. Every struggle is a sign of a missing system. You got to put a system in place that's going to serve, solve, and support somebody, right? Now, when you tell your story, you want to tell it as a strategy. You want to tell it as so that it's hooky. You want to tell your story because that's what you're going to do all day, every day, Everywhere you go, you're going to tell your story. Whether you're telling it verbally, whether you're telling by the way you walk, the way you live, you're going to tell your story. Now, the other part about when you talking about the S now in solve, you're going to solve a big problem. The bigger the problem you solve, let me go back up here to this. The bigger the problem you solve, the more bank you're going to get. The bigger the problem you solve, the more you are going to get paid. You see, now, by the way, let's establish this. What is money? Money is a certificate of appreciation. I don't know who originated it, but I'm just telling you. Money is a certificate of appreciation. So you got to solve a big problem so people won't have no problem showing you appreciation. You see, the reason why a lot of people struggle with sales is because they're not focused on solving somebody's problem. They're focused on just getting somebody's money. You got to focus on solving people's problem, and then people will be excited to give you the money. Okay, so the S is a system. You got to create a system that you're going to work by, a system. And when you tell your story, tell it as a system. And then you got to realize that you have a signature system. Okay, watch this. SYSTEM. You want to do your thing so that it's a signature system. And the reason why this is so important is because you want to be a category of how many? Right here, 1. You want to be a category of 1. The reason why people are worthologists, they are meologists, they are canologists, they are moveologists. The reason why people create an ologist is because it's the study of. Your job, if you want to create a 7-figure business telling your story, is to study your story and tell your story and show God's glory in such a way that people won't have no problem paying you because it solves people's problems. I'll get into my story at some point here in these trainings, but I've told it many times, and I tell my story because my story evolved around worth. I didn't know my worth, and I just got going and devalued myself, and one day I woke up, and it occurred to me, my value is unlimited. My worth is without measure, but my price is what I'm willing to accept. Okay? So when you tell your story as a system and you make that your signature system and you bring people solutions, they ain't going to have any problem paying you. I'm talking about how to tell your story and turn it into a 7-figure business. Are you with me? Let's keep on going. Okay? So we got point number 1. S is what? S is solve. We're going to start right there. We're going to make S green, and we're going to say S is solve. S is system. S is system. Got it? Write it down. Take notes. And give me a comment in the comment box if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Give me a comment in the comment box. Okay? S. Let's go to the O. The O is you got to make an offer. You got to make an offer. Okay? Now, when you tell your story, you got to tell your story in a way that people are going to say, yes, I want to hear more. Yes, I want to learn from her. Yes, I want to follow him. Tell your story so that people will just yearn for more of you, more of you. Okay? You want to make an offer, though. You got to make an offer. Now, when you got this system and you're telling your story, make an offer. Now, here's where a lot of people drop the ball. They don't want to ask for anything. They don't want to offer. Now, you can make an offer. It can be free or it can be paid. Okay? Either way, to make an offer. And if you're just getting started, it's a good thing to sometimes start free, but you can also start with a fee. Maybe that's some of your problem right now. You've been speaking for free when you should have been charging a fee, and you just, you've been getting paid and not played, or you've been getting played and not paid. That's it. Okay, if you're tired of speaking for free and you want to start speaking for a fee, then learn how to solve people's problems in a big way and then create an offer. Now, I like to tell people the best way to start your business is to write a book. I like to tell people to create an ebook and create a simple short book and make the book a bestseller, right? And when you do that, now you're on your way to letting the world know that you are a bestseller. So you can do that. And then a lot of people struggle with this, well, my book is worth more than 99 cents. That's because they don't know. Listen, I want to tell you something. Ain't never been there, can't tell going there how to get there. One more time. Ain't never been there, can't tell going there how to get there. You got to stop listening to people who don't know what the heck they talking about. If they ain't never done it, they shouldn't be telling you how to do it. Or better yet, you should not be listening to them. Let me put it to you like this. The most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. One more time. The most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. So you got to have an offer. If you're going to tell your story, you got to make an offer. Now, can I give you something? One of the best offers you can make when you're starting to tell your story and you want to match your salary and you want to tell your story and turn it into a 7-figure business, offer your audience an ebook. Yep, that's it. Offer your audience an ebook. This is a great way to test your product. This is a great way to test how valuable your stuff is to your audience. Offer them an ebook. Offer it at 99 cents. Offer it free if you want to grow your email list. You follow what I'm saying? Now, the second thing you want to do is keep it simple. Now, if you offer the ebook, you might want to make it a bestseller. And guess what? You can make the book a bestseller on pre-order. Now, what I'm sharing with you is how to tell your story and turn it into a 7-figure business. I'm talking with you about the SOLVE system. This is a system that I come up with. SOLVE, S-O-L-V-E. Number one, you need to tell your story as a system. Number two, you got to make an offer. You got to make an offer, okay? You don't got to. Well, yes, you do if you're going to be in business. You got to make an offer, okay? Free or paid. And then if it's an ebook, you can put it out there on pre-order, okay? And that's what I like to tell people. Sell your story before you tell your story, okay? Sell your story before you tell your story. Now, and when you do that, you are giving yourself a self-publishing advance. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to italicize that. A self-publishing advance. This is unheard of, right? Who ever heard of a self-publishing advance? A self-publishing, I'm going to highlight it and make it real pretty green. A self-publishing advance. This is where you get paid even before they get your book. All they see is the title and the subtitle. And you want a great summary or description. And now you can put your book out there and people can start buying your book before you even finish writing it. And if you put it up on Amazon KDP at the time of this recording, you got a full year to finish writing your book. So that's why I like to tell people to, put their book out there, sell your story before you tell your story, but do it with a what? You want to do it with a system. You want to do it with a system, okay? I'm going to make that one red too. Okay, we're going to make it red. I like red. That's just hot. A system. You want to start with a system, okay? Oh, you got to make an offer. You got to make an offer, okay? And the offer is on pre-order. And when you put your book out there, now you got something that the whole world is looking at, and they're like, oh my God, she wrote a book. Only 3% of people ever finish. A lot of people talk about they're going to write one, but only 3% finish. All right, let's keep going. SOL. Now, when you put this in the book, now remember this now, sell your story before you tell your story. That's cool right there. That's hot. That's hot. Next, my friend, you got to leverage, okay? Now, I want you to write this down. Write this down. Write this down. Don't go nowhere. Don't pass, go, stop, none of that. Write this down. When you leverage what you've learned, you take the limits of how much you can earn. One more time. When you leverage what you've learned, you take the limits of how much you can earn, okay? Now, what is leverage? Leverage is your ability. Leverage is the ability, leverage is when you can make up with leverage what you lack in ability. When you make up with leverage what you lack in ability, that's leverage, okay? When you can make up, now I don't think I got that definition quite right. Leverage is when you use something else. When you lack something in ability, you make it up with something else. That's leverage, okay? Leverage is using something else, such as your knowledge, your experience, your books, your courses, to make up what you lack necessarily in ability. That's leverage, okay? Leverage is using your mind, your skill, okay, your knowledge, okay, ebooks, courses. For example, when you write a book and put the book out there, the book is just going to work and work and work and work for how long? For a lifetime. That's leverage. Look at this, masterminds. All of this is ways that you can leverage. When you leverage what you've learned, you take the limits of how much you can earn. Okay? Leverage is using your knowledge to make up an area that you lack something else in. All right? Got it? Now I want to show you something. Okay? You talk about how to turn your book into how to tell your story and turn it into a seven-figure business. Look at this now. Look at this. Okay? You remember ebooks, courses, and content. Let's go. This is one of my clients here, Dr. Smalley, wrote and published a book. And she came to me, she said, Dr. Jones, this lady wants me to teach her what's in my book. She said, but I don't have a course. I said, but wait a minute, Dr. Smalley, didn't you write the book? She said, yes. I said, well, how long would it take you to create 6 modules, 6 videos, and 6 worksheets? She said, Dr. Jones, I can do that in 24 hours. I said, go do it then. Go do it. She went and did it. The lady paid her $3,600 for the course. She created the course in 24 hours. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If you divide 3,600 by 24, that is $150 an hour. Come on, are you with me? That's $150 an hour. Well, guess what? If that's with one student, you created the course, 6 modules, 6 videos, 6 worksheets. How many times can you use that? You can use that an unlimited amount of times. You can use that over and over and over again, right? You can use it just countless times, right? So that's that right there. Okay. Now let's just say if you put 10 students in that class. Let's go ahead and put 10 students in that class. If you put 10 students in that class, 10 students in that class, now you now have $36,000. Okay. Now I'm looking for something right here. Just stay right there with me. Right there with me. Well, I'm gonna go back up here and see that I put up here. Okay, I'm looking for this definition. I'm looking for a definition for you. So just bear with me just for a moment. I know if you're anything like me, your attention span might be short, but this is gonna be worth the wait. This is gonna be worth the wait. If you just hold on just a minute. Okay, I wanted to get clear on that leverage definition there. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now, but I'll get clear on it and maybe share it in another video. 10 students in here, $36,000, and you're going to divide that by 24. Now you're looking at $1,500 an hour. That's how you value your time. This is how you turn your story into a 7-figure business, folks. You got to learn how to value your time at a premium price and stop giving discounts. That's why so many people be broke. Okay, I was broke, busted, and disgusted, and I went into this program, and this woman said, "If you want to enroll in this class," she said, "it'd be $800." She said, "But if you want to work with me one-on-one," she said, "it'd be $997 an hour." I said, "Wait a minute, how can this woman charge $997 an hour?" And I wondered, did she make a mistake? And she repeated herself. She said $997 an hour. I said, I can't be mad at her. I got to learn what she knows. And I went to work, friend, and I invested in that program. I paid $800 for her class, paid $10,000 for a mastermind, $25,000 for the next mastermind. And I studied and I learned and I learned and I learned. And as a result, I now teach this because I've learned how to do this. And right there, you're looking at $1,500 an hour. But wait a minute. Your story is going to solve a big problem, right? And there's a lot of people with the problem you have, right? And the more people that's got a problem, the more people that are going to want your solution, right? Well, let's just say, I'll guarantee you put 30 people in the class, right? So put 30 people in the class, and that's $108,000. That's got you at 6 figures right there. You can just keep on going with this, right? Put 60 in there, and you double that. Well, look at this. At 30 people in the class, 24 hours divided by this, $108,000. Look at this. That's $4,500 an hour. My friend, that's the way you tell your story and turn this into a 7-figure business. Solve, okay? I got offer here. Let me green that one out. Offer, okay? You got it? You tracking with me? Offer. And then we had leverage. Okay, we're going to leverage what we learned and take the limits off how much we can earn. Leverage, okay? So we got a system. We got to put a system together, okay? Then you got to create an offer. And then after that, you got to leverage everything you got to make it work out right, right? And now let's go into the V right here. Let's jump right on into the V. Let's jump right on into the V. And we're going to get the V right here. I got that. That's a lighter color. Let's make it a darker color. Let's make it a darker color. All right, okay. B, let's go on down here. We got the system. We got offer. You got to have an offer. If you ain't got something to sell, you ain't in business, okay? If you don't got some place that somebody can give you some money, you're not in business. You're still in a hobby, okay? L is leverage. Leverage your knowledge, leverage your uniqueness, leverage your experience, leverage your books, leverage your course, leverage content, leverage mastermind, and do what Dr. Small is doing right there. And now let's go a little bit further. V is value. Oh, I'm going to just double up on the V because this is so good. I want you to value and validate. Folks are looking for somebody to tell them that they're doing a good job. And if you would just be positive every day, be positive, you would bring so much value to people and they will want to be around you. I've had people tell me, I just like the way you talk. I just love being connected to you. I've had people tell me that, right? I've had people tell me, you should do videos, Fred. You should do videos. And they told me years ago, and now I'm beginning to do it, right? Solve a specific problem. When you validate people, you want to solve a specific problem. That brings value. Share real success stories, okay? Share stories of how someone valued you, how somebody validated you. I remember the first time I was called Dr. Fred Jones. I had graduated from the law school. I had a Juris Doctorate degree, but I had failed the bar exam multiple times. I failed the bar exam multiple times. That's another story. We'll tell you about it later. Okay. And I was teaching now at a college, and they asked me to teach in the business school. And I got this letter in the mail from Dr. Betty Siegel. She said, "Dear Dr. Jones." And I was like, oh my God, she called me doctor. I'm Dr. Jones. It just validated me, right? It was powerful, powerful. You have that ability to do that for other people. Educate and provide value for free. Just help people, okay? Help people. Get addicted to helping people and let the money chase you. All right. Highlight return on investments. I got so many stories I could share with that. Go to my YouTube channel and look at the success stories. You'll see those there. Then clearly communicate the financial, emotional, and time-saving benefits your service provides. Okay? Now that's just, you got to clearly present that. If you don't present that to people, they won't know how to appreciate and value what you've done. They will not know. And you can't be mad at them. It's your fault that you didn't communicate to them value. For example, this training right here is valued at $5,000, $4,997. Okay, I'm not charging you that. It's free. But when I put a value to my time, and when I go back and see how I've learned to calculate the value of my time right here, that's the value that I put on this course. That's the value that I put on this masterclass. It's marketing value, okay? I'm not expecting you to pay me that, but if you want to enroll in a program or be a private client of mine, then you will be paying these kind of fees for prices. You follow what I'm saying? So let's keep going. But this is just to help you get started right now. Okay, and I'm showing you that to get started to making a 7-figure business, you got to serve, solve, and sow. You got to put a system together. You need an offer. You got to leverage everything you got, and you got to bring value, and validate people. Okay, now let's get on down through here. Bring value and validate people. You got to show how you've helped people. I have clients that have gotten their first $5,000 client, $10,000 client, and they come back and they share with me testimonies. I have one client that made $30,000 in 30 days. Clients who work with me will typically see 3x income. I have clients right now that's in my 10x mastermind, but in the multiply mastermind. Okay, I got clients that are doing all these kind of things that have paid me up to $40,000, and some have paid $30,000, $25,000. But you got to be consistent and show up authentically. You can't come up here just showing up just to, you just got to be authentic, okay? All right, okay. Now you ready for the last one? You got to educate. You got to educate. And this part here is so important. You got to educate. You got to educate. If you want to elevate people, you got to educate them. You got to educate. You got to embrace people. You got to show encouragement, and you got to empower. Embrace, encouragement, and empower people. And I'm here to tell you that you will have no problem creating a serious 6-figure, 7-figure, whatever number of business size you want to create. When you serve, solve, and sow, that's the only way to go if you're going to go from speaking for free to speaking for a fee. If you're tired of getting played and you're ready to get paid, then I encourage you to start serving some people, solving their problems, and help people. And this is one of the ways that you can turn your story into a seven-figure business when you serve and support people in an unselfish way just to help them get a result in their life and or their business. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the book coach, reminding you the most expensive thing you will ever pay is attention to the wrong people. Until next time, I'll see you back here in another live video. And if this video has been helpful to you, tell somebody else about this channel. Thank you very much.